Is this good? Dog's playing tag. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I am here today ready to tear down the garden for the season. So as you can see behind me, things are kind of just petering out. It's the end of the season. We're gonna get our first frost tonight, and it's the end of October, so I'm just fortunate to have had as long of a growing season as we had this year, even though we had plenty of ups and downs. But I'm going to try to get some stuff torn out today, and my hope is that in the coming week I will be kind of amending some of these beds, getting them ready for winter, and then planting out some garlic. So let's take a quick look to see what we're saying goodbye to today, and you guys can watch me tear everything down. You can see most of these beds are kind of pretty empty right now. I've already torn out a lot of things. There's just a handful of things that need to be taken down. Some beans. Juniper's helping herself. She's been picking the tomatoes off the plants and enjoying them. Disregard the dog agility stuff here, but as you can see, the tomato plants are just they're ready to be pulled out. I do still have some fruit on here that's, well, to check some of it. Some of it might be worth keeping, doing some things with it, especially the green tomatoes. We've got some okra here that's just kind of been done, ready to come down. Even those tomatoes that have been trying to ripen, you can see they've just been kind of spoiling due to the cooler temperatures at night. So I think it's time we say goodbye to the garden, as it's already been saying goodbye to us. So here's my attempt at some fall Brussels sprouts. You can see the squirrels have just been coming in. I watch them through the window. They'll chew off these leaves. I don't know why. This one I don't think is gonna amount to anything. You can't really see it, but pretty sure there's some aphids on there. These little gray specks. Try to come out here and wash them off, but at this point I think the weather, it's just not doing well, so this plant, I don't think it's going to make it. Still have my Roma tomatoes. I'm going to go ahead and pull some of those that might be worth keeping. Here's my other Brussels sprout. This one looks a lot better. It seems to be doing a lot better, except again, the squirrels keep chewing off those bottom leaves. Do still have some peppers that I can pick. There's some jalapenos. I've got some kale that's still doing well. But yeah, pretty much everything is ready to just be pulled out for the season. I did a late planting of some nasturtiums. These are actually looking really lovely, but obviously we're going to get some frost here in the next day, so I don't think these guys are going to survive. My attempt at planting some broccolini, because of our warmer temperatures this fall, immediately bolted, but here you can see, let's see if I can show you better in the light, these little seed pods. So after it flowers, we get these little pods. I'm gonna let these dry out and then I'll be able to save seeds. So not a total waste, but you can see here the little floret, it just didn't amount to anything because of the weather. And here was where my cabbages were planted for the fall. I made the mistake of not covering them with a shade cloth. Sorry, not a shade cloth. Low plane. Look at that tree's beautiful. Okay, I made the mistake of not covering these with a kind of a row cover. And what ended up happening was, again, going back to squirrels, I thought maybe it was our dogs digging them out, but then we were gone for a week and we had our dogs with us. And then I came back and several other plants were toppled and unburied and chewed up. So obviously having some critter issues, even with them grown like this and established. So these are my last two that have survived. These are the Careflex cabbage. Hopefully they grow in, continue to grow in. This is a new bed. It's a new space. It doesn't get as much sunlight, but they're still growing in, which is impressive. So anyways, that's kind of a sad, pathetic fall crop right there. Another look at my sad peppers that are ready to be pulled. Someone's been digging in my garden. I can only assume it was the puppy. Oh, is that a potato? Check this out. So I planted potatoes in here, earlier in the season, and look at that. They're still being resurfaced. That is so funny. I am probably going to be digging potatoes out of this spot for a long time next year. Well, all right, let's get to pulling. I had to stop and get some more zip ties because as I was pulling down the vines, it's been two years now. The zip ties we're using to anchor the arch trellis they've just snapped. These aren't like any special type of zip ties, so they're going to wear down with the elements. But right now, the left side doesn't have anything tacking it down, so definitely need to replace these. My hope, though, actually next year is to get another arch trellis, move this down, and I can fit another one into this bed. Right now, I just have one in the middle. But I do want to tack it down for winter, just to make sure it doesn't go anywhere. Okay. All right, well, my microphone ran out of juice, so here is a quick voiceover of the progress I made. Obviously, there's still some weeds that need to be pulled from these beds, but all of the vegetable plants have been basically pulled, minus a few things. There's still a garlic chives plant that is living in this giant bed. I also have some leeks in the background. Here, you'll see me point them out. I will eventually harvest those. And then I didn't get a chance to tackle the peppers and the pots, but I'll get to those eventually. And then obviously I didn't get a chance to touch these smaller beds here. I'm going to leave my kale plant as it's still good, but I do have some more pepper plants and some leeks to pull, as well as a Roma tomato that I can go ahead and pull out. All right, guys, thanks for hanging out with me in the garden as I did some quick end of the season chores. Until next time, don't forget to like and subscribe. See ya. Bye.